I muted for a second.
Welcome. I'm in the new studio tonight here. My camera don't work, so. Uh, is that air conditioner being on? Is that loud?
So you're in the new Baha'i.
What's that?
I don't hear the air conditioner, no.
Okay. Only barely on.
Nice echo. You have any furniture in there yet?
No, it's just wooden bench here and my what do you call it? The motor or modem router. It's here in the wall.
Do you have a microphone now, or are you just using your laptop?
It's a laptop.
Well, your audio is very good. It's just you can tell you're in a hollow place. You're echoing.
And we have globe, whatever. That thing's got the plug on it's got kinds of flash on it from the yellow thing.
You have Globe. What does that cost per month?
God, it's $23. Maybe less. I don't know. I have a Wi-Fi one I was doing on the side out in the province, and brother-in-law can doctor that one up. It was like $12 a month. So, if I ever I wanted to build an extra room, like a living room, so my son could have this room here for his gaming and stuff. He loves it. I'm gonna get him on either Nintendo or Xbox.
So how long have you been in the house now?
2 days. This is my third day, maybe. So the uncle, all of a sudden, when I'm ready to have him come down here, his knees hurt. He's been out here for 2 months. Now he's got people staying over that he can't, come down. So I'm looking around, because I paid 2 guys, 2 carpenters, I said, well, this time you can have three laborers, but you're the only, make one making $600 a day. Because the more and more I thought about it, and I looked around here, and I thought, this looks more like a house that's been lived in, and it just painted it. You see all these fuckers, they put on the skim coat, but they only do it, they erase it all off. They're supposed to fill in the low side. But you can see all kinds of freaking swirls and shit. Like a painter doing a flat screen. Just don't know how, And I know these guys got to make money here. I don't realize. I think they don't realize that I know all about that shit. Because I told the brother-in-law one day, I said, "You gotta get out of that bathroom, dude. You're in there for 5 minutes, fucking hours. What could you have done? To paint over my trim, you look like an occasional painter,
Hey, someone said that in the building code there, you have to have a window in the CR.
Yeah, there's a window.
And you have water? Is your water running?
Just without a pump, yeah.
You have city water, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's real rough when you got to take a dump, boy, and you only got, have a big, you can't hit the flush button and not too much happens. But I just
bucket flush like the old days.
No, I don't have that big one. I just have a couple of some of the old paint cans, I had 3 of them in there today because, I was the only one here during the day. But I'm pretty dissatisfied with this whole deal. You're not supposed to open your mouth up here, but the amount of money I'm paying, they made their bonus. I probably overpaid these guys 2 months at least for the effort the work that they put in. And it's real fucking irritating. When I pay one, her uncle's skill guy, and there another guy comes down, he's skilled. So if you're so freaking skilled, how come you got high spots and low spots, and you can see the gouges in the plastic? Do I want to pay these fuckers again for what, 8 months now? No, I don't.
Do you have gravel in your driveway, or is it still mud?
It's still mud. I haven't gotten that far in here. Here is not finished yet. I just bought a refrigerator the other day. I thought they had this pink protective plastic on it, and it turns out the top's white and the bottom's pink. So I think I'll be giving that one to the mother-in-law. And then her dog isn't producing milk, so these dogs she's got 3 survivors. She had 4, 1 died. One looks like her, the other 2 look like the fucking midget, dog that the mother-in-law's got. But we bought some milk today. My wife and I fed them because 24 to 48 hours they'd be dead. The reason they cry, I looked it up, the reason they cry is the mother's either not producing milk or milk that's in her is bad. And I think it's more that she doesn't have any because they keep pushing their paws, to get some to come up. So then again, the mother-in-law's off today, so maybe the dogs die. Well, my other dog died. The one that was attached to me that I accidentally temporarily blinded for about a week or so. And he wouldn't let the other one get near him. I think it's awfully fishy around here. Where the only girl dog there was given to another person. But this dog got hit by a car on the road here, on the main road. And the people left. Of course they left. What are they going to do? And they said, one guy says, worker here says, oh yeah, they came back and got it, the dog, and they left. I thought, you're full of shit because people here will drive around that dog. So there's one bullshit. Then the other one with mine is he had a bad tick problem. And if you get a lot of ticks hatching eggs in you, you're fucked. Eventually. But he's a strong dog. But nonetheless, every day we're taking the little ones out of his paws, They're laying eggs. It's a real problem. And he's the only one that's got a problem, was affected by this. The other dog gets a couple once in a while because he lays in the dirt or over in the woodpile. But that dog would follow me around everywhere, man. And if I moved and he was sleeping, he'd wake up and come by me. He's a good, and yet he's the one that, when they were puppies, the youngest, the runt of the litter here, Bobby, he'd always growl at him, push him, scare him away. And then once that Bobby had enough of that shit, he started biting him in the side of the body. And he would be the aggressor. So, so I don't believe, 3 dogs in 6 months like that. I've never lost it. Well, of old age, I've only lost 2 dogs in my lifetime. But I wasn't even gonna have any beer today. Things are really pissing me off here. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I know these fuckers, I know they're milking it. But don't think that you know more than I know. I've been around a while. So if I get somebody gets uppity in front of me, I'm afraid I don't want to do nothing to get me booted here. You know, I don't want to, but if they want to act like dicks, man, especially if they're on my property, I'll fucking cut them. I'm either all the way in or I'm not. You can't go halfway against anybody. Somebody's crawling off this property, it's me or whoever. But I'm cool with these guys making money, Okay, I understand. But don't think you can dump that paint in a paint tray from yesterday, and that paint chips in that fucker, and you roll the whole ceiling, then you spend another day sanding that shit off. That makes me feel like
they're done.
That makes me feel like grabbing somebody off of that ladder and fucking going to town.
Well, just tell them they're done. It's the last day. Pay them, and they don't want to see you here again.
Hell, they don't play back yet. So I said, I'm giving you 4 people. I'm not paying for 6 again or 7. I said, we get one carpenter, 3 laborers, or 2 carpenters. And I thought about today. I said, one him. The other guy, fuck, I ain't paying that guy extra. Talk shit. And many times I come in here, watch, just briefly look. But I was pretty much hands off, So I would notice these guys always saying shit and laughing. What I should have did was just nip that in the butt right away. Hey, I might look like it, but I fucking know what you're doing. So if it were, no matter what time of the day, I'd give them their money, I'd go the fuck out of here. The only reason I had to paint this place because I didn't want to be bothered with it. I've been painting since I was 14. These guys act like they got the fucking shakes from alcohol, deep cheese, or whatever. So I got to keep an eye on my beer tonight because I got it in the freezer. Trying to fast track the cold thing. What a bitch! I'll put on my phone tomorrow. I'll call you, and you can see our bedroom's nice size-wise. It's just I got to get that pump in the water tank. I might get a stainless. They got plastic. I don't know. I don't see the difference. But.
And nobody else in the family's living there yet, huh? Besides
not yet.
Son.
No, not yet. We're not. Well, see, I'm buying furniture a little bit at a time. So today, or yesterday, my wife says, "Oh, one of the brother-in-laws, he delivers for whoever, and if he brings somebody in, he gets a commission." So I said, here we are. I got to hold the gun to my head on this fucker because if I don't get it from him, he's the electronics whiz, So now I'm kind of putting you in that spot. But I'm sitting here all day, thinking they'll be over later. And then I get to the end of the day, and I said to my wife, well, where are they at? Oh, they had to go to a birthday party today, one of our nieces. I said, how long have you been doing this? Well, since this morning. So I sat here all day.
Yeah, they do that,
But I'm the fucker.
Mindset than us.
I'm the fucker with the money. So I'm getting really short on this bullshit.
So what do you have your aircon set at? About 80?
Yeah. It's just a dial there. I got it left the center toward the low side. I got it on the low lower and low. In our bedroom in the front, that it'll take a while because that room's in the sun all day, you know. So inverters, all that stuff, I don't give a shit.
Did you get that tinning put on your windows? You said.
Tint? No, the tint's been on them. They look like mirrors from the outside.
Oh, good. So you can't see inside from the outside, right?
Only when the light's on, you can see. You'd have to walk up to the glass to
Right,
see.
right.
But yeah, that's another thing.
Like your old neighbor in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, only if her boyfriend looking. I heard this girl say one time, her and her friend were over. She had this black chick friend of hers, and I could hear them out there. You know, this brick isn't the brick you think it is. You know, I can hear them, and there was a motion detector on the back door when I got I had it inside the house, but I put it up on the soffit of the outside, and I heard her say, "He's not cute at all. He's ugly. He's got this and that, you know." And she goes, "Yeah, I know, but my mom says he's cute." Her mom says you're cute because she wants the fucking money you got. That's why. And I'm not starting over on nothing for nobody. You know, I'm at the point of I'm in that roller coaster. That fucker's starting to go over that hump, you know, that peak before it starts flying down the track. But I asked her a couple of times. I told her, I said, "Hey, you should knock that shit off." I said, "I can hear, because I can hear her boyfriend. He smoker and he coughs." I said, "You don't do this shit." And I said, "I heard you say to him, is he doing it again? You know, is he whacking off?" And I can hear him, man. Just like I can hear you, you know? And she just, I said, "What is that going to come to?" When we first moved in there, her fucking boyfriend, dude, you're all younger than me, but a fat fucker. And he's calling my wife a slut. Loud. You know, not directly by name. And I said, "Yeah, another thing, your boyfriend says this shit, you know. What is he, you know?" Then I'm out there one time, I had my headphones on, and I'm trimming bushes, so I don't hear his car come up. But he gets out of the car, he goes right in the door right away. Because the shit ain't gonna end good for nobody, you know. And it's not like it was the first time. There's been plenty of warnings. So when I left there, I didn't tell those people nothing. Freaking winter. So I mean, there ain't no way I was gonna do that anyway. Are you shitting me? If anything happened to my wife, I'd have nothing to do with nobody. I had enough of that in my life. You know, I don't need no more. I don't need nobody at this point in my life to start taking my shit from. I'm on the last wife I'll ever have. I have no desire, no intention of doing nothing. I need no intention, nothing, period. Anyway, I gotta get another. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta get my little refrigerator too. I'm gonna make sure. Hey, Greg, I gotta make sure it's. Was he there? Oh, Jack. Come in, Mr. Jack.
What's up?
Well, we're gonna give a.
Tony's in the new echo chamber.
Sounds like it.
At least his audio is good. We can hear his voice now.
All right, now he's gonna work on that video. hear it.
All right. Got myself out of it. Yeah, I gotta say about the reception and the color of this, my color of my computer looks nice. I was very surprised. Matter of fact, at one time I said my what do you call it, were,
Hey, Craig.
we're getting there. I'm supposed to get some furniture today till I was advised, till the,
Hey, Tony, don't you know you're supposed to have a big house opening party and feed everybody in the neighborhood?
no, we're not gonna do that. I was gonna give these guys 1 week of pay extra, but they fucked me for a couple of months. So I ain't giving them shit.
I bet you will. Out of the
No.
kindness of your.
Fuck no. I ain't. I don't say shit. I don't say stuff like that and then do something. I mean, I ain't giving them shit. They fucked me for a lot. I overpaid labor big time. I can't wait till I add this shit up. You know, fucking losers, man. Here we go. Yeah, I gotta buy furniture, but today, like I said, I was waiting around, and then I come to find out at about 5 o'clock that there's a birthday party to go to, but I said, well, they didn't tell me nothing.
So where's the place you're going to look at your furniture? Where are you going to get it from?
Well, I was gonna go to the mall and get we have two of them. We have a lot of them. But it's called Our Home, OUR. There's an All Home too. But I saw this one I liked. Oh no, you should do this. You should. I said, look, I ain't getting a fucking mattress with bed bugs in it, you know. So should I sleep out here? I'm in really bad shape when I wake up. Really bad. So I go on Monday. I said, well, you know, by Friday I'll have something to lay on. Nope. Sure don't. Oh, just a bench, more or less I don't know what the frick this would be for you. But anyway, that's enough negativity. Yeah, I'll probably do that one, Craig, with the priest there. I don't know. I just pray I don't choke the fuck us. I can't have those guys over here at the same time I'm drinking, man. Because I go over to brother-in-law's there. There's two of them live next to each other, and the brother-in-law's a smart guy. Both guys, they don't say nothing or act any way because, you know, we might need him to, you know, front us some money sometimes or something. So they don't acknowledge the bullshit. But I see this one guy looks like some fat faggot, you know. So I see this dude chuckling. I'm gonna tell you, I got 19 years of driving that bus. With shit I couldn't do. And now I'm free of that. So I have 19 years of freaking you know. That's why I'm afraid. I don't want to get kicked out. I ain't saying I'm gonna beat somebody, boy. I'm just gonna leave my mark, you know, that's all you can do. I ain't saying I'm gonna beat somebody, boy. I'm just gonna leave my mark. Who the fuck is that? Sounds like Ronald. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. I put a picture up instead of having me blank one.
No.
Like green grass and high tides.
Yeah, it only took me 3 years to work it out, so that's good.
Yeah. So
How
it's
you
90,
doing?
it was 97 Fahrenheit today, like 37 or 38 C.
Nah, winter now. It's like,
Very well, man. They did air conditioner on all day.
yeah, we got the heater on here.
I said, hey, the wife was complaining. I said, look, you can shut that fucker off as much as you want to after I'm dead. I don't care.
Craig says have a house blessing. That means a party where the whole damn Brungai comes over and eats for free.
Nah, that ain't happening, man. I suggest that to my wife, and she's like, are you kidding me?
The guy just comes in his costume and draws shit on your freaking wall.
Yeah,
just-
you know, my grandfather got hit by a, what's that thing, chalice?
House.
Don't you know? Yeah, and one of the Pope Pius is back there, and was my grandfather born in 1906 or something. So back then, I got mine late when I was 12, but probably 1912 or something. He said, boy, I'm never going back to that church. My mom said, because it slipped out of his hand and it clubbed him in the fucking head, man. Cut his head off. Forever.
Craig, our high today here is 17 Celsius.
Yeah, that's about what it was here today. Tomorrow's
It's going to
gonna
warm
be,
up in the next week. That we're in springtime going to summer, so it's starting to warm up. Nothing like the Philippines, though.
6 o'clock, sun's out till around right now.
We're going to be 14 C here tomorrow, and it's been raining all afternoon. So.
What is it? Almost 11 p.m. your time?
Yeah, 10-2, yeah.
The clock master.
Oh, it's on my computer. Oh, you meant Kiko. Okay.
Some people can do math, Tony.
Yeah, but not everybody's got to tell everybody.
You better keep that echo chamber, Tony, because your audio is good now. We can actually hear you.
Yeah, it's much better.
Well, ain't nobody here but me. The one dog I got left, Bobby, just strange. He'll go down the road for a little while, come back, lay in the driveway, sleeping.
You
He
wait.
likes
You
that.
wait till all the relatives move in. You won't have that echo anymore.
Yeah, I was
Exactly.
gonna say, you ain't got much furniture in there yet, eh? That's what it sounds like, an empty room.
Yeah, the relatives will start moving.
Sorry, Kiko.
But don't people, you know.
No, me and Jack said once the relatives move in, that'll cure that. Bring all the pack rat stuff in.
Wow.
Nah, anybody move that. I had this third room with the envisioned my media room here. And all that stuff we bought, you know, this house, it wasn't as small as I thought it was gonna be. It's a little over 84, but you know, I mean, we got the kitchen and we got like the stove, you know, part. Really, not much difference between a full unit and a top 2 burner, you know. But that, you know, the less the clean, man. I mean, yeah, we could. Yeah, if you got a bigger house, you could spend more of your time cleaning it.
Get yourself a maid.
Got me retired, you know. I got me. I have a little fridge with my beer in it, and my own room. Leave me the fucking alone room. I mean, you
Yeah,
do whatever
Tony.
the hell.
Tony, you
What you
wait till you go to that big bus station in the sky. There will be more people living there than you could shake a stick at.
Oh, sure, because she's got a younger.
Oh, Craig, you won't even be able to walk through that house.
She's got a younger brother. She's got a younger brother. He's like 25. This fucker has no energy to do nothing. Matter of fact, he was bought a brand new scooter, a Mio, brand new. I think those things are 90
Tracy.
something.
How do you
Anyway,
pay for it?
he got this is what I'll get. He got it because he had this delivery job, you know.
0 down, 10-year payments.
So he does this job for like maybe 4 weeks, and I don't know, close to it.
Until
All of
the
a
first
sudden-
monthly payment comes up.
But, well, the mother-in-law does that, I'm sure. There's no doubt he don't make enough money. Anyway, he quits that job. I'm saying to myself, okay, quits. You got bought a brand new scooter. Used to come up here every day when she was here. She would give him money. She didn't think I'd see it, you know. But that's her baby. But the problem with all of that is, when they're gone, he's fucked because he ain't gonna like the pressures of life, you know. So his wife, his girl, well, they're not legally married, but his wife goes to the mall, and she starts working. He stays home. He lays on his back all fucking day, lets the kid watch cartoons. He don't do shit. And once in a while, he'll take the kid to the beach, you know, and she gets really excited. But the wife not only works, but she does the wash and dishes and all that shit. And I thought, I got this wrong.
I think that's pretty normal
She's-
sometimes.
She's just happy that he's still in the same zip code.
Yeah, well, that relationship isn't gonna go to my. It's gonna deteriorate because one of my sister-in-laws, she just jokingly said it one time. He got all offended by it, you know. So what are you gonna do, man? You know, you tell the mama. When I was here 2013. I bought every one of the kids something. I forget what I got them all. But I didn't get him nothing. And the mother-in-law said to my wife, well, why didn't Tony buy him that? He needs once his bike. I thought you fucking work for it, you know. She said, I said, why didn't I get him nothing? Because he doesn't do anything for his mother.
Mhm.
I'm not rewarding this guy. He's the only one. So fuck that, right? I don't need a relationship to please anybody's family so much that if I'd have bought that, I'd have been the dumbest fucker. You remember those cartoons where they'd have that big sucker stamp? So no, man. Their perception of me or whatever is fucking wrong. But I don't do nothing for somebody that's quite able to do for themselves. I've always done it for me all my life. That's how I am. One thing from my father is probably the only good thing. I always went to work, even when I had that concussion shit. I shouldn't have been working, man. But I needed it. I had a goal. I had things to do, so I couldn't take off. But I guarantee you, anybody else in the world wouldn't have been able to fucking soldier on like I did.
Yeah, that's like one of the major differences in the culture that I will never understand as well. It's like, even if they do nothing to contribute, but because they're part of the family, they just get the support. It's just totally different.
Yeah, Craig. If you're the one that has, then you got to give to everybody, right?
That's
They,
right.
They can just continue doing exactly what they're doing, nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? That's like a
Totally
dog.
different.
That's like a dog.
I'm never getting my head around it either.
It's like a dog having 6 nipples and feed, and they just keep feeding. They have no desire to do anything else. Just feed.
Because they don't.
Why they do what they do is that's their issue. Mine is if usually when you want to do for somebody, it's because they're struggling, they're making an effort. No, in this case,
Yeah.
that's supporting some fucking bomb. And now, it's true that males on the OFW work are having a harder time getting work. But when I see a fucking guy laying there looking at his phone all fucking day, doing virtually shit.
But don't
What
call
else?
him a leech, because they'll say, well, how can you call him a leech? You don't know what a leech is?
I call you now. If you heard me, I don't know if the family's watching this, but including him. But if you watched it, and you want to challenge me,
Hi, family. How you going?
I got no problem with that. I'm not worried about somebody hitting me good, but I've had enough. I've been beaten bad from bigger, badder fuckers than that. That's so.
You're considered the bad guy for not keep just giving and giving and giving. Right?
Honestly, I'm not a badass by any means, but don't fuck with me. If you have no call to do that, especially when you're a bum. Don't. Just don't.
Yeah, but that they don't understand that at all. You're banging your
But-
head against the wall.
When you have an able body and you're able to do something, choose not to, because the fault lies with the sucker that's letting you get away with that.
Yeah, they don't care. They got a roof and they got a roof over their head and they can eat every
Yeah.
day. That's it.
Well, the way things are in countries like this, they really the level of opportunity is fucking just on the minus side, And a lot of kids that live in the squatter area there, where I was in, they don't send their kids to school. They just concede defeat right away.
Yeah, Craig, they definitely live by the term carpe diem, huh?
Because you know what?
Why even have a fridge? That means you're saving food for tomorrow. Why even worry about that?
They have, even in public schools, they have a uniform. These folks a lot of folks can't afford that. So, just think about it. You would think, in your mind, a lot of ladies, to their credit, man, they might have one or none, and be in their 40s. Because they know, why should I bring somebody into the world when I want better for them than I have for me? But I'm not able to do it. Having the kid, is a fun part. They're taking care of it's another. We got a lady, and she got screwed over. Young lady, I don't know how young she is, but she had a kid with one guy. He took off. And the second guy comes in. He waits till she has the baby, and he leaves. So mentally, she is super messed up. It is sad, The kids walk around half naked sometimes. They get what they get from people, and the mother don't come out looking for them. And these kids are growing up with the wrong shit. What they're gonna do is end up being thieves. What else they gonna do?
They're selling their body.
Yeah, man, it's just that thing, man. If you're not able or don't want to, why do you even? And what's wrong? It's a two-way street, but any women don't be dumb enough to think that some fucking guy that worried more about how his hair looks, and how clean his clothes are, that don't do nothing for you. He don't even do it for himself.
Yeah, but we're looking at it from our. We're incapable of I can't comprehend it or understand it, so I just give up. The thing that amazes me, like Lan probably was that way, 26 when I met her, 28 when she come here, whatever, 7 or something, and then till 35 she probably thought the same way. But the last few years, she gets upset with her family and things.
That ain't everyone. You always have to start out with a disclaimer. It's not everybody. But if you're not, if you're not that well off, what makes you think that you're gonna, what do you got to offer the kid? Grow up in poverty?
Yeah, but we'll never understand it, Tony. Well,
Wow.
I won't anyway. As hard as you try, it's just totally different.
But I am wise enough that I was, I had a couple times where if I didn't have my parents to stay by, I wouldn't have any. I've been kind of poor a lot. Well, 2 times where I had shit. And where I had a sister and her husband and their kid living in my parents' 2-bedroom apartment when they could have been living at his dad's house. And I'm the one that's told, "Oh, we don't have any room for you, for me." So, that when you hear a parent, my mother said that, and when you hear something like that, it crushes you. It just makes you fucking fold up, and most folks would give up in that way. But, I told my mom that my dad, the last time I went out to eat with him, he was supposed to apologize for the way he was, because me and my older sister, we got everything. He was pissed because he wanted 2 kids, he had 4, so he fucking backhand you like you swore you were in a boxing match with somebody. But so I didn't have the right. I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have none of that shit. And it's a little late in life when somebody's 85 freaking years old. You can never bring that shit back. My mother don't remember it when my father. We had the north side of Milwaukee, we had more black movement in, after in the late 60s, it was all turbulent everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know shit. I'm like 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old. And my niece says, I don't know. You don't remember nothing when you're that age. Well, it's traumatic, you do. So I'm saying this when I shouldn't be saying. And then my dad comes downstairs and I thought, oh, great. He saved me. He got the kids to go away. And when I got to the top of them stairs, he whooped the shit out of me. And I didn't know what none of that meant. He never taught me. That started everything. He's one of these guys where you should know. I shouldn't have to tell you. You should know. So yeah. I went hunting with him twice. One time I felt like shooting the fucker. So I've been without. So I have sympathy for things, but when you choose to, when you have it out, you choose not to do it. Then I'm not a. You can't pull them over my eyes. Don't come around me on my property and disrespect me while you're drinking my fucking shit. Because but anyway, all these choices and passes everybody took, we're all here because of all of those. And we're better off, I'm sure you guys would think. We're better off than the parents were. Because back then you didn't get a sympathetic ear, man. You got the back of somebody's hand. So anyway, we're gonna go a little longer than last week. Oh, what's his name? Got booted, eh? How's the weather there, Kiko?
The high today is 63.
Ooh, 97 here. 30, was it 37 or 38 C? Felt like 107.
Craig, what kind of car is that in your picture there?
It's a 1980 ZJ Fairlane Ford.
Bored.
It's my old car. Got it back on the road 8 months ago.
Mm.
It'll be 44 years old in June. So
You did something, man. I look at the year I was born. They got 61 Cadillacs. It looked like, oh my god, like fucking boats, man. The fins on those things. It's like when they got to the ladder in the 50s, they changed body types almost every year, especially with the Chevelles and stuff. 54 Chevy looked like 53 and 50 to 53 and 52 looked kind of like the 40-ish one. And then they had 54 to 59. Every year they changed. 56 looked like shit, but the 55, that's the baddest looking body, better than the 57.
I like.
Craig, I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question for you, Craig. When I was in Japan, I had what they called a Toyota Celica Camry. Did they have those in Oz? I had an '84 Toyota Celica Camry.
Yeah, we call them Celica here. Just start with the C
it's
or
spelled
an S?
Celica.
C-A. Yeah, we called it. In Australia, we called them Celicas. We had them. Yeah, two doors,
okay.
2-door coupes.
I think it could have been 2 or 4. I think mine was a 4-door. It was white with a gray interior and manual transmission.
Okay.
I watched this guy from Chicago that's born doing normal other Middle Eastern stuff. But the dude's his channel's called Car Nut.
Hi, Ronald.
And that dude is
the car care nut. Yeah.
that guy. I like watching him. He explained there's a Celica, or they brought back one of those ones. Either that or 86. That's BMW with their plate name.
Ronald,
I'm waiting
you got
for the
that grill?
Italian.
He
Wow,
said,
Ronald.
What's that, Kiko? I'm waiting for the Italian stallion to be quiet so I can.
we got to you as soon as that story would end.
Ronald, smile so we can see that grill.
It's all right.
Don't fall out. You blow the cake and candles out on your cake.
Say what?
Yeah, you blow the candles out and the teeth come flying out.
Let's see. Not these teeth. What's going on, fellas? Kiko, do you see Michael McFarlane is over there hanging out with Will and Dice?
No. Up in Angeles?
Yeah. He was down in Manila getting some paperwork done, I guess. He just rolled up.
So
there.
What did they do? Buy his bus fare so he could come visit them?
He got a driver.
Oh. I hope Michael wasn't driving. He'd end up in Taco Bar.
Yeah, right. Ain't no way he driving. They over there having dinner at Will's house. Him and Dice and Olga and Melina. They out front smoking cigarettes, drinking beer.
I want to see Michael actually eating fruit.
And they in the kitchen. Will ain't got it set up like that. He got cameras everywhere else, but he ain't got nothing in the goddamn kitchen. Matter of fact, he's back from taking a piss. I'm over here on this live stream now.
Who?
Will.
Whose live stream is it? Michael's?
It's Garrett's live
Will.
stream, but Will is on
The one
it.
Garrett, yeah.
Yeah. But he ain't here.
He's whiter than white, and he's pasty.
Who? Garrett?
Yeah. No, Will.
Yeah, well, yeah. Somebody told me, what the hell was that thing? They said something about, stay away from people that make side ass jokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does Will's baby have hair?
He got a shitload of hair. That boy looked
Really?
like a baby Fabio.
Oh,
He looked like Dr. J.
I mean, baby Fabio. Where the fuck? Well,
little
he-
green skin color.
what?
Baby's green. Wow. We had this one of the parents of the kids that played baseball, cute little Italian girl, and her and her husband separated, and she got sweet talked by some dude at the hospital when she was a volunteer. And she had a kid, they named the kid LaBelle Washington, and he was gone. But when I first saw the kid, I go, I didn't know none of this. I said, why is the kid so green? There's something wrong with him? And somebody told me to hush down. So what are you talking about?
Right. The boy got a head full of hair. He got like blue hazel eyes.
Ooh, Hazel, he'll be getting a lot of pooty tan when he gets old.
Oh hell yeah. He got them big full lips, you know, like little
Caribbean,
exotic
huh?
motherfuckers. Yeah. And then the motherfucker only 3 months old and shit, he about what? Down there 14 inches long.
You better pull back that head, cut off 2 inches.
Well, you know, Katrina ain't really short, and Will is 6 foot, so he gonna be a tall one too.
Here's what I told the nurse. My son was in ICU for a little while. I forget for what. But so I'm talking about, and you get what is that called? Hey, can you pronounce that shit today? Circumcision.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm talking to her. I said, yeah, I'm curious, how does every hospital has its own machine. So, so what someone that knows what they're looking at would know what hospital they're from. So I said to her, so next time you're out with a boyfriend and you're down, and you're getting busy there, are you gonna think about what hospital you were circumcised at?
Damn.
She started laughing,
I didn't
I
know
said,
they had machines.
I said, so if he was born in St. Joseph, you know that, right?
Associated Hospital by the scars. That's good.
That was hilarious, man. Then we go to that doctor. Yeah, she had some kind of clinic at the hospital. One of these, thank you very much, give it a $200 and pass, So I stand in line. Most of the people in there are old, what was this, about 10 years ago, 9 years ago. So this young guy was standing in front of me. I see all these old people. I said, hey, is this the line to get Rolling Stone tickets or something?
Now, what would she do if the motherfucker was Jewish?
Kidney stone.
You wouldn't tell what hospital he is from.
Anybody goes, well, that's painful. I said, do you remember when that happened to you? I should have fucked them.
No, hell no. But them Jew boys do. Yeah. They get that shit done when they 13 years old?
My friend, I have a Greek friend, and he's not circumcised, so we've been knowing each other since we were 6. But his ex-wife, first one, I said, hey, ain't that a little weird? I'm thinking, do you have because the head pokes out like a tortoise. And she goes, yeah, that's kind of weird. So I didn't know. It was an honest question, man. He says, I probably shouldn't say this, but she gave him a Hummer and he jizzed all over. Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen that skit with not Saturday Night Live, but in Living Color, when Damon was dating this Jewish chick, so he went on out, got the whole Yiddish outfit and shit with the curls and shit, and he's talking about, he got a circumcision, and I'm thinking about going back for another cut. You stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, those are guys. They're like the ones with the pony, the curly shit, like hardcore. Yeah, I'm a good.
Yeah, man, they just come right at you.
Yeah, you get a little hat on, you know. I watched different factions of those guys that riding behind Amish, you know, and they're like, you can't pass the fucking horse and buggy, and you got 10 miles to go. You know? But some of these dudes, they weren't. I thought they all didn't believe in motorized transportation, because these guys got on the bus and I'm like, what the fuck, you know? I'm young at the time, by 14.
What?
But I thought, yeah, there's different factions that it's okay to do that, because these guys got on smelling like fucking farm, you know.
What they look like? They're old, young.
Yeah, they were old enough. Yeah, and they didn't. They were talking this gibberish German, man. I mean, they were fucking like.
Hey, Tony, I just watched my neighbor got his roof done yesterday. The two Amish young guys. They were up there. They were using an air gun, a nail gun. They had an air compressor, and they had a battery-operated cordless, hand drill to drill screws in. So it's the first time. But they had a dude drive them there in a truck. They didn't drive there in the truck because they're not allowed to drive. They were using power tools. They were using power tools, which I think they didn't.
Yeah, no, they're not cut off from the world, you know. And when they get a certain age, they let them go out to the big city and let them see if they want to live like that or come back.
Oh, I figure they can't get a hard on no more. So let them go.
You know that? They let them go to Philadelphia, New York, wherever the fuck they want to go, and see if they like.
Speaking of that, Ronald, my daughter that just graduated college went to Philly, stayed at a friend's house. They're going into New York City yesterday, and they're going to Coney Island today.
They're taking the bus.
Coming back home tomorrow.
They're catching the bus.
I don't know. I don't know how they're getting there. Probably some
from Worcester, somewhere in Worcester.
Huh?
Worcester, Ohio. Worcester, like the Worcester.
Yeah, there's a college of Worcester, like Worcester except with a W.
Is that the spice? That's a condiment of some kind.
Yeah, what?
Well, Jack is on now. Condiment.
Is your stream messing up or is it mine?
Not mine, man. I'm good here.
Not mine.
My screen is a little quicker now.
You say Jack was coming up?
Zach, who's that?
Jack was already here.
I said Jack.
Jack was here earlier.
Oh, word. Time to go to sleep.
I just went on. You bad?
So is Michael still on there eating?
Hold on. Yo, Will, they done eating or what? Now they can't hear me.
They don't want it.
No.
Will got a kid now, huh?
Yeah.
How old is Will?
Shit. He just turned 40.
Oh,
He's the baby of the bunch.
Well, yeah. He's on disability though.
Yeah, he's younger than Jack.
Yeah, man. It's just really. You know what I find out from people experienced it. They're more it's more the game they play to acquire the shit than it is that somebody has a legitimate issue that needs to be addressed. And how can you address that issue if you're gonna wait fucking 6 months to see somebody? You know, it's just all fucked up. It's you know that when you think that they're gonna be able to do something for you, it's all about the game. What the fuck is wrong? But when I was going to the doctors, I'd say, hey, I pulled out this bus. I don't remember, I do it every day, but yet I don't know where the fuck I am sometimes, in the morning. Like I get off on Beloit Road, but there's a city called Beloit. So if I go straight, I'm going to the city. None of them wanted to address the issue. None.
Oh, I just popped up this MSN. You won't believe what the governor's Florida just did. This dumb shit. Ron DeSantis signs the bill wiping climate change references from Florida law.
Oh, you know why? Because they control now. The state controls if you get your shit back, rebuild.
Hey, you wait when Disney and them all leave and see what's going to happen to that state.
They're promoting Miami, but Miami at the time is having an issue. They with the engineers, they've developed something that keeps the water. They built up certain areas that keeps this water channeled without flooding the city. But they're in. I mean, it's like in Indonesia there that they're moving their government shit to another part of the country because the part they're in is going to be underwater in about 20 years, 10 years. So.
Hey, Craig, do you get your avatars from Kirsten?
From who? No, yeah. No.
They're from Christian?
They're both from our fantasies, I think.
Coming up a little small there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
perception reality is fucking different.
No,
That's called a
just
sailor's
playing it.
dream, right, Ronald?
You
Just
damn right.
playing it
All
out.
you got to do, Tony, take a screenshot and blow it up.
No, okay, yeah. Yeah, uh-oh. Did he leave? Yeah, he fucking. I'm just kidding.
I'm over here tripping. I'm like, hey, John Blue there. That's me.
It's still ain't close enough. She looks like she's got one of those 70 bushes.
Probably hairy as hell, too. Is that
Yeah.
hair? Look like hair sticking out the top.
My friend at work liked that shit, but I said, what are you kidding me? Fucking gag and it stink.
That's in a Philippine apartment. Amateur photo, that one.
Amateur, man. I think we're good now, right?
Let me see here. Let's see, how can we do this? Let me see. Well, I don't want to mess Tony up. He'll mess around and get kicked out.
Well, Kiko ain't coming anytime soon, like I thought he was. Thought he was gonna
Coming.
be here this.
Kiko got two kids to take care of first. He ain't ready to bounce back out
He
there.
went you from a trip to paradise.
No, that ain't that kind of trip. You tripping.
Fucking Gary now. How's he doing?
What?
How's little Gary doing?
Don't know.
Gary was on David's this morning.
He's
David?
on what?
Oh, Philippine American couple, David and
Oh,
Caroline.
Dave.
Yeah, that was your morning, my night.
Oh yeah. Well, I can only think in my time.
I wake up for shit. Yeah.
I was there.
Even that's a battle.
You saw me there, Craig, right?
What time
yeah.
is this? What time is this?
It was like
9:27.
Yeah, 10:30 in
So
the
it's over there,
morning.
huh?
I had to leave a bit early. I had something to do, but yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was there talking about what the fuck was it? Flat Earth?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I got to smoke a little weed when we're talking about flat Earth.
Oh yeah, well, apparently it ain't flat,
No.
but I ain't seen the whole thing either.
Let me do an orbit and then I'll be convinced.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
I've got to see it for
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, I've never been anywhere to give it
Right.
scientific proof.
If there ain't no gravity every winter, Craig's going up.
I mean, how far is the goddamn space station? You can't take a whole picture. But they got pictures of every other goddamn planet.
yes, they give us fuzzy pictures.
They
of
got
the moon.
there's
They
a
can't
twin. There's a
turn the White James Webb Telescope towards the moon. You've got to give
It's
us
like
blurry shit.
it's like
40
nobody
years.
ever got a clear picture of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
there's a
You
planet
know why? Because he lives on the moon.
out there.
No,
Any
in Bremerton,
vac-
huh, Ronald?
Any
Bigfoot
vacations?
lives in Bremerton.
Yeah, any vacations on the sun?
That's why he's got the hair. He doesn't want to get sunburned. Oh, Jesus.
That's all I'm saying. Let me see the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to explain it to him yesterday. If the earth is round or kind of round, do we go around the earth to get to the North Pole or the South Pole? No, you got to go up and over.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, but if it's round, there's no correct way. It's like a ball.
Well, when you get-
whichever
when you get
whichever
there-
way you go is the same.
You go
Unless they're talking about going around on a diagonal, coming up and around and
Why do you
down.
fly from the Philippines up
Oh,
Suck
hey.
Island to Alaska over Canada
You
and
know,
get back down?
Yeah, it's shorter for them to take off from Manila, go up near coast of China, and across the little part of Alaska on down. It's shorter. When I took Qatar Airlines last 3 times, I went east, saved myself 2 hours. Didn't feel like it.
I'm like this. From Seattle, you can go straight to Hawaii. From Seattle, you can go straight to the Philippines. You ain't got to go up and over. I mean, it's the
Hey,
Pacific.
but
How much traffic is down there?
You're still skirting the edge of Russia and all of Japan from Seattle.
No,
First,
you don't go nowhere near Russia.
my first trip in 2012, I said, they had a new computer. I'm like, all I'm doing is picking shit out. And I said, hey, I'll take this one. And it took me from Chicago to San Francisco to Hawaii. And I go, man, that was quick, 4 hours, something like that. And we got to Hawaii, and I'm thinking, for some reason, you're going to Guam. I heard of Guam, So I'm thinking, it's a 2-hour trip. So I was fucking mistaken. It was more like 8. So I was like, I'm looking at that door back. That's when I was smoking. I'm looking at that door going, I gotta sit right here, So we get to Guam, run off that plane. United is the only carrier down there, the only one that goes that route. During the pandemic, they canceled that flight because we weren't getting enough people.
They got a 14-hour flight from Seattle to Philippines, Philippine Airline.
Right.
That's pretty good.
14 hours.
I once took a Air Force C-5 Galaxy cargo plane from Guam to Hawaii.
I'm taking.
Right?
I'm going from Vancouver to Manila.
Right. You got to fly over to Canada. That's how we got out of here, too. We went up to Canada and then around Alaska. We never got near Russia.
Chicago to Vancouver. I think there's a 10-hour. I told my son to tell me the itinerary.
Ronald, Russia's got that island called Sakhalin Island. That's where that Korean plane was shot down, remember? Like back in the 80s? Because it was mistaken for a U.S. spy plane.
No, these fuckers were flying, these stupid pilots were flying into Russia. Unbeknownst to them, they were way the fuck off course. So they tried contacting them and they kept, nobody answered. They kept going.
Well, they said they did a visual. I know because the plane that they confused it for was the plane of my squadron. Okay.
Oh, damn.
So they came up with fighters, which they always do, identify. And if they couldn't tell it like a 747 from our plane, then they can't see. They don't have vision to be pilots, put it that way. But maybe it was nighttime, who knows, but
Ain't no
they
telling.
said they thought it was our plane, but they were wrong.
Anyway. Nope, I'm gonna get my ass up out of here. That's for sure.
When
Hey,
you
hey,
going,
hey,
Ronald?
That happening.
Oh, I'm looking at October at the latest, bro.
No, not long.
Over, I'll be back on my birthday here.
Because
Maybe I'll see.
I gotta
Maybe
stay. Once I get the implants, I have to stick around for a 4-month inspection.
Okay.
After that, I'm ghost. I won't be celebrating Christmas here. Or the election. For that. My ass will be out of here.
What's the difference? Just clowns in different suits. You know.
I know, right? I just don't want to be here when we get the Bozo the Clown.
Hey, listen.
Suppose they'd probably be better.
Hey, listen, this childhood friend of mine, we got together for a while, and his niece was having a birthday party in one of the county parks. So I go, yeah, I'll meet you up there. I hadn't seen him since fucking junior high. So I get there, and they got this clown. His name is Bimbo. B-I-M. And we were going, Bimbo, Bimbo. We're calling him Bimbo. And the guy comes over. It's like something out of a movie. And he goes, hey, it ain't Bimbo, it's Bimbo. Oh, he's looking at both of us like real quick, switching his, oh, fuck, we thought it was that. Okay. So we're, this fucker was funny. So we're sitting there, and he has a daughter, adult daughter. She's kind of ain't there, She's fucked up mentally. And anyway, they're doing that. Remember that Kukla Fran and Ollie thing where they had all these, they had these strings where they would, make a move and kick and dance and all that shit. So she's behind the thing. Well, see, it's a table display. So she thinks nobody can see her, but she's picking her fucking nose. Shoots up to her second uncle, and I go, what the fuck? The clown guy comes over, he slapped her and goes, she thought because she was behind the curtain, nobody could see her. So the niece has a kid, and I'm sitting at this table, and everybody related to her leaves. So I'm fucking sitting there. I go, what do I do with this kid? Ain't my kid, And my friend looking at me, I'm like, help me out here, man. I mean, I ain't gonna walk off, but that shows you how connected they were, right? Like they see the white. I'm the only white guy there.
Oh man, let's see here.
Oh my god. The dude's mom, super lady. His name was John. He's Mexican. John Brown. And the reason that his last name was Brown was this is a switch, something different you never hear of. Probably ever since either. This Mexican family adopted this white kid, his grandfather. So, of course, the name's going to stay. I go, what the fuck is Brown, man? I go, Brown's like an English name or something. And then he told me the story I just said. But the dude, he went to college. I think they revoked his fucking diploma because he never paid the shit, He says to me, yeah, the cops are they were profiling because I'm Mexican. I said, what, you driving a car where you can't look out the fucking windows? You got no fucking tail lights. And your defogger don't fucking work either. And he's profiling. You were a fucking you were a problem. That's why he was. Well, because you're Mexican, he couldn't even see if you were Mexican. And he told me that story. I just gave shit about it. Like, come on. Every time, and he wanted to come live with me, I said, "Ain't no fucking way, man." This dude was on YouTube all the time. He had a wife. He had a girlfriend. This is how I got along the lines of thinking that I did with the Filipina. He said, "Oh, I got this wifey." He called her wifey. Huh?
Was he riding a Chevy lowrider?
No, he's fucking cheap as a motherfucker. She was a fucking guy was. I'm like, you call this chick wifey. You haven't seen her. She's dating this Australian guy because you haven't fronted her a fucking dollar. So he meets this other one. He dupes this fellow, and he was a preacher. That's why I don't get this. The dude was deceptive as a motherfucker. He goes and he has his people believe that he'll pay them back. So this is this Filipino couple, Filipina and her American husband. They front him the money for the trip. So he gets there, and he might have got a kiss off her. That's all he got. He asked me if I could give him $500. Did I ain't that shit? So he tells me.
Imagine what you could have got for 500.
Hey, he tells me the story, and my wife was in the background, so I can't really. He says so they're telling me her dad's all drunk, going, "Oh, John, I want you to marry my daughter," and she must have asked him, or he asked him if he could pay his electric bill. And his friend, and Johnny says, "So let me get this straight. You can't pay an electric bill, but you got enough money for fucking beer." And I was like, that's the way that shit is, man.
Don't talk to me about electric bills. I got mine today for 3 months. How much you reckon it was?
3 months? You go by the 3 months?
Yeah.
Let's say close to
380 Aussie dollars.
300 Aussie dollars.
$1,017.
What? Wow.
For 3 months?
Yeah.
What's the difference between Aussie dollar and the US dollar? How much difference, sir? A couple bucks, right?
Aussie dollars about, 68, 69 cents.
Hey, didn't I just read something in the news about Australia going to the digital currency kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, there's one bank, I can't remember which bank. One of the smaller banks end of July or August is no longer going to deal in cash at all.
Hey, well, listen. Just like when that shit first started, these guys are hoarding money because they don't want to pay taxes on it. I was watching this guy. I don't know if he was a senator or whatever. He says there's no fucking way that they're gonna let the dollar decline enough to where it's not king anymore. So they're now all of a sudden, because people are screaming, they're talking about it because they're the ones that took advantage of it. But they want to lay some rules out for that when it comes to it. So pretty much for us, what it means, it's like using your debit card. Everything you fucking pay, just you eliminate paper money. But like the dude was saying, because now they're all these people are making these rules or whatever, whatever it works for them to their advantage. And they said, the guy goes, I don't give a shit what anybody says. Nobody's going to voluntarily let their currency fucking fade away like that. for the greater good of everything. When you got, and somebody asked, why does the U.S. always, why do we rate everything up or down? That is the way the cookie crumbles now in the syrup. You know, to me, even though all this underhand shit goes on, it still keeps that crap in check. Because anybody else could very well be a runaway, you know, with the money like that. And it's just, it's oh my god, it makes me when I listen to
Sorry, you go.
when I listen to the conversations with these people, it doesn't include us, you know, and you know, it's like when they have natural gas and electricity. When we were kids, they go, oh, it's the most plenty of resourceful power energy it has. It's cheap. Yeah, cheap till these fuckers get their claws on it. Then it's not cheap, no. Your turn.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It's a fucking. But anyway,
I just saw something. We got 485 years left of fossil fuels. 485.
oh, so it's gone up since the 70s.
Yeah, if you are the numero uno currency, what anybody in the right mind ain't gonna go, okay, we'll fucking do this. We're gonna lose. It may be equal to or less than somebody else when we rule the roost right now.
There's plenty of options to fossil fuels. They just don't want to do it because they make
There's
the
the
money.
bracket. They
control
do
the
that.
world.
They do that
There's
shit.
electromagnetic energy all around us everywhere that you could easily tap into if they had the will.
Hey, you remember? I don't know if you remember this, Craig, but it was back in the 70s. They were hustling those what do you call it? Fuck. I got one here. When they were doing electricity or you know, people's hot water, you had all these panels of what do you call it on the roof?
Solar hot water or whatever.
Solar, exact. I couldn't think of that word. Thanks. And this one house had both sides of its roof, and that kind of shit kind of fell by the wayside because it was expensive.
I got a question. You see all those metal like tin water tanks, right? Up the people that can afford them have them up high in the Philippines, right next to the house. So if that's nice, just bare metal, you'd think the sun heats that water up, right? And you wouldn't even need a water heater for your shower, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, aluminum, stainless steel, plastic.
Aren't they double layered? It's like insulated, so they keep.
I don't know.
Cold?
I don't know.
Because the water's
Tony,
always cold.
Tony, do you have a water heater in your shower?
No. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, oh my god, it's another fucking problem.
Is it wired up or not yet? Or didn't get paid enough?
I'm gonna get to that. We just got.
They only put the AC in, not the DC.
Right.
So the dude
plenty
from
of time.
the guy that we bought him at Wilcon, like a Menards kind of thing. And we need somebody to set these up. Okay, I know how to do that. I figure we pay the fuck. So he puts them up, gets the hoses hooked up, all that. The brother-in-law's an electrician, but he's a construction electrician. It's different than a fucker that's got the license to run a fucking 3-phase or 2-phase wires, you know. And it doesn't work. He goes and powers it on, and I'm thinking, well, maybe across the fucking wires do it or something. And
A smoke check.
Yeah, when it's plugged in, well, it's got a two button plastic shaft at the bottom. One is for electric test. It doesn't do nothing. So something tells me that the brother-in-law, you know, he fucking didn't do it right. So now I got to go to Wilcon and hunt this fucker down. That put it in. You know, I think we paid him. We paid him 600 or 6,000 a unit. It's got to be 600 US a unit. But it doesn't work, and we had to put in a, what do you call it, GFI. They call it something else here. And well, we got them in there to get through the inspection. I could care less, man. I'm used to cold right now. It runs down the middle of your back, you scream a little bit, and you're on your way. But I like it without the heat. You know, so, but I paid for something that they said would heat when it went on demand, you know. So I still got to follow through because I'm not giving away shit.
People are saying there's a big drought over there. Is there a drought there at the moment?
Not by us.
Okay.
No. The hot weather just started. The humidity just kicked in about maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
No,
People on Bahal are saying they're well, you know, like 23-foot wells down to the last 4 feet of water or something.
they might be talking about the Metro Manila area. Maybe.
Yeah, they're talking central Visayas, like Bahal.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm nowhere near, well,
Okay.
further away from that. Bahal listed it, unless you're independently wealthy, Bahal's probably the worst of the islands because Pangalo, you know, they have the surf or scuba shit and all of that. But other than that, man, they get hit hard by earthquakes. You know, they had churches there that were built in 15 something that finally a few years ago had a good amount of damage. They still stood.
Yeah, right. Oh, no, I was just curious because I was watching someone yesterday on Bahal and he was saying that, and he was saying that the Weather Bureau wasn't predicting rain for 8 weeks or something. I don't know whether he's just going on an e-bag or
Well, the weather patterns commonly happen here are they'll come in a little bit north of Mindanao where I'm at, and they turn right and come right up through and past Bohol into Naga, you know, into Manila.
Okay.
That's the usual route that these things take.
Okay.
And,
no, just curious. I thought I'd ask someone on the ground.
Listen, you ask the regulars here, I don't know. Are you afraid of a tsunami? What the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
It's a Japanese wrestler.
Yeah. You know that I haven't heard that Brian, the Philly in the Philippines, is he still on here or what? But you know, I saw he had a video once and it said it was a play on Japanese words. It said "You Fu In" or Chinese. "You Fu In" was the name of the place. I haven't seen the guy in ages though.
He's still going. He's getting attacked a bit by other channels, but I just see him around. I don't watch anymore.
Yeah. I don't really dislike anybody, but there's so much. His stuff's okay, but now even him's getting into this clickbait shit. You know, he had a lady that was a street lady. And he's fucking doing a morning stroll when it was pandemic, so he's on Walking Street. And this chick comes up there, she's talking, she's itching at fucker. Like, yeah. And you know, probably got a fucking bush to beat off bushes, you know. And she's digging deep like a cat or a dog would, you know. Yeah, he was okay. That him and this guy I watched Steve Montelli, and I said hi to this guy. He's got a weird mind because I said hi to this guy a couple of times. He's never answered me back. You know,
Steve?
when he gets into a funk about women, he doesn't talk to anybody. And him and that dude up there, still in the Philippines, and then that Tuck guy, I heard he died. And there were a couple of guys, and they were fun to watch, listen to. And Steve, I don't know what the fuck. Steve's about 70, about 10 years older than me. He's about 72 or 3.
Mm.
But then when I first started watching YouTube, those dudes were entertaining. But his girl, the girl he had, she's from here, from Bhutan. And he was funding her, and then when the pandemic came up, he stopped paying her. Oh no, why are you doing that? 'Cause he's paying her. He's like, oh yeah, she got this singing contract. I said, listen, what that means is, when they have an entertainer and a promoter. They want these chicks to fucking use their coochie. That's what that shit's about.
Mm.
Because I had a friend that did that. He said, I'm so ashamed of some things I've done. I said, well, I'm not lazy, I'm not going to label you. It's a shame how people use people like that.
Yeah.
Digo.
Yes.
I'm getting slow here. I got to go get another beer and take over.
Wow.
There you
Get some
go.
airtime. Somebody
He's
else get some airtime.
I
Pass
wish
the
I
time.
had a camera here to show you, but I
Yeah,
got
you got a new house, but you can't get a new cam. What's going on?
it just fucked up on me, man. When you came back that first week.
Okay.
Have your kids show you what button to push, Tony. All right.
Yeah,
Rectify it.
Yeah, if I want to watch some wicked game. My son plays this shit, he gets all excited, he's pacing around. I go, what's wrong with you, man? What? But my brother, the uncle, her uncle, I got like this hardwood floor look, a little lighter every room except this bedroom. They ran out of my tile. So he's got this kind of it's like a yellowish brown. I forget what exactly it's called.
The
But
baby
that's
blue brown.
Trim place and trim plate, and the wall is a banana sherbet. The color I was looking for that they couldn't give me was pineapple cream, and that color looked fucking sweet.
It all sounds very suggestive.
Yeah, so I looked. I'm like, well, what I wanted to do was have the floors white, bright, shiny, with the blue colored interior. But the house is already blue on the outside, so.
I thought you were going to the fridge.
Yeah, you didn't get a word. I'm going for
Yeah,
a smoke.
you forgot already that you told me to take over.
No, man, because you were like, what?
I had to get over the shock of it first.
Okay, well, while you're licking your titty there, go ahead, man. I gotta pee. I can still fucking hear you.
But we still can't see you.
Well, thank God for that. Everybody wins.
You gotta start a GoFundMe to buy you a GoPro or something. Change your channel name to Tony's Echo Chamber. I don't know, Craig. He says he can still hear us. What do you think? Hey, Ronald, is Michael done eating his big meal of kimchi in a bottle?
All right. Yeah, I wasn't gonna have anything tonight, did I? Yeah.
So Michael's up in Angeles, with
Who?
Dice,
Oh,
with
Michael.
Dice and Michael. Yeah, he actually
Michael.
visited Angeles City.
Michael said that the Michael we know McFarland.
Yes.
Michael McFarland. Yeah, he was talking. He had to go to one of those doctor things in Davao.
No, they said he's up in Angeles City because he had to go to Manila anyways. So we got a driver, took him to Angeles.
He's got to go. He was asking me. He said, do they fly into Butuan? I said, yeah, but Davao is about like donkey fucking time. It's like 7-hour road trip from here, something like that. He thought maybe he could stop by here. I could take him down there, but I don't know where the fuck I was going anyway.
Tony, what's the name of the place your house is actually in now? Do you know? Habonga? What?
What's that? Say it again?
Where your house is right now? What is the name of that area or town?
I'm in Silangan.
What?
Silangan.
Silangan? What?
Yeah, it's batting, barangay batting. They got
barangay batting. Yeah. Silangan.
Yeah, by us, you know how it is. By us, we got county.
Because she's talking to her cousin right now, who's in Butuan.
She is.
Her uncle. No, her uncle's in Butuan. I'm sorry, she's talking to her uncle in Butuan right now.
Where's he at here? Do they have family here?
Yeah, Butuan City. I don't know where. It's all Butuan to me.
I don't fucking know everybody who lives here.
Right. There's a lot of people living there. So.
Well, I successfully avoided 2 foreigners last month.
I think she's got 1 uncle living and 2 aunties right now. I think. That's all.
In what?
My wife has an uncle in Butuan, an auntie in Surigao City, and another aunt in my wife's hometown over on the East Coast.
Yeah, around us we have Obrero, and what's the other one? Resurrection. Because there's a church here called Resurrection.
Well, you got some time on your hand. Why don't you study your Google Maps that's on your phone? You can see where you're at, like a good Army soldier would.
In fucking Silangan, I just told you where it was. Silangan is divided by Upper Duugan. When we leave the mother-in-law's place, they're in Obrero, and then it turns, and you take your right turn to come up by me. Left side of the road is Upper Duugan.
So do you have an official address?
Yeah, I got one written down there somewhere. Matter of fact, my sister-in-law was using the cardboard from the Milagvan boxes I had. They had my whole name on there and my address. It's like, turn the fuckers upside down.
So there's an Upper Duugan and a Lower Duugan?
Yeah. I don't know why, it just is. What's happening there?
Nothing. I tried to pronounce that. My wife laughed at it.
Duugan.
She's talking to her uncle. And we never pronounce it correctly. Because we can't shape our nose and our tongue the way they can.
Hey, there's a girl from here that's going out this Australia. And she says, she's from Butuan, and she say, I mispronounced Cagayan de Oro. And she telling me, I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Just say CDO.
Yeah. Oh, I said, why you busting that balls over that? You don't even live there. She's up in Manila working. I thought, oh, Sam Andrews is her. He's from Brisbane.
If I ever go there, I'm going to check out a town called Malai Balai because it's up in the mountains. It's called Malai Balai. It's up in the mountains. It's south of CDO. It's inland and it's in the mountains, and it's a lot cooler than the rest of the area.
So you got this pressing need to run into Abu Saeed or whatever the fuck? Yeah.
You only live once. The worst they can do is kill you.
Hey, my question is, if America doesn't pay ransom, why the fuck would they kidnap you?
Yeah.
Tell them I'm Canadian.
Can't get blood out of a turnip.
Yeah. Well, all this, just like anywhere else, you got good people, you got nice, don't go around making life harder. If it's on you, just you. You could be an idiot, but when you got a family, you don't want to tell somebody how wrong they are thinking or doing things. Butuan, what's her friend up here in Butuan?
It's not her friend, it's her uncle who lives there.
Whatever. He lives in Butuan, huh?
Yeah, he had 7 kids. His wife died quite a while ago.
Is he from, does he go to Market Lagaya?
I don't know. He probably goes all over the damn place. He's probably close to 80 years old. He's probably in upper 70s at least.
Fucking test his cognitive fucking. Oh, is he in competition with Biden or something?
Nah. No, this guy still has his wits about him.
Okay. Yeah.
I know one time, many years ago, right after we were married, he had somehow asked through my wife, because he wanted to start a motor car business, right? You know, the sidecar thing with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
With the cab, the big cab thing, right? Not a little trike. I mean a big cab.
We call it a motor.
Right. So we gave him $500, and I guess he bought one, and then about 6 months later, I said, "How's his business going?" And she said, "Oh, he sold it."
Look, what you're talking about, the price of that, they like the roots are like the bottom of a boat. The front of the thing is like the dock, that's stocking into, and it would be 35,000, not 500. 30. Well, the last year.
Well, this was a used one was $500. That's what.
It doesn't matter. There's no way it's going to be 500 unless
somebody. That was 20 years ago, Tony.
Well, okay. There you go. I got a brother-in-law that would, I thought about that. You can get a Yamaha 125 for $1,100 and hook it up to one, a private one. And the ride is so much smoother because the tires are bigger. If you have that same motorcycle tire on your sitting one and your sidecar, it's a very comfortable ride. But my father-in-law here, which is younger than me, I bought him the brand new Yamaha. They can't afford to run it yet because the price of the sidecar. And he's got the smaller one, like a 110cc, which are more expensive than that 125. And the ride on it, every time we went over a bump, I couldn't fucking take that. I mean, literally, I ain't just saying maybe. That hurt my back so much. Just like sitting on that plane and coach, I would go fucking crazy if I ever had to do that again. I can't do that. If it were between that and hitching a ride on a merchant marine ship, I'll go on the ship. I can't tolerate that shit. It is hell. 13 hours on, if you were fucking Gumby or something, you wouldn't hurt. So this time I had my son buy it. Of course, I went through Agoda. He goes through whatever. He never listens to me, period. So I said, give me that seat. I think it's on coach. It's right before that exit door, in the middle of the plane. You ain't got nobody in front of you. And fucking, he gives me this other one. It cost me money because I upgraded. I can't remember how much, but I'm in back at on the other side, in the middle of the plane, on the other side of the galley and the rest of them. And there's nobody sitting in front of me, so I can have leg. And I'm telling you, man, I should have. I don't know why I asked him to do it. I should have did it myself. He has no idea, He said, "Well, you're not going to come back." I said, "I just told him when I was telling you." I said, "I can't take that freaking ride. If I go home, one operation, I'm good in 3 weeks. The other one's a year rehab." And oh my God, it's somebody told me once that it is worth it they opened you up rather than they did. But my discomfort, and right on the bottom, I got the bottom two discs of bone to bone, and I can't handle that shit. But sometimes I'm forced to have no options. I mean, I asked my insurance company once. This lady, I think, didn't know what the hell she was talking about. I said, "Hey, if I live in the Philippines, can I use my United Healthcare?" "Oh yeah, you can use it anywhere." I said, "No, I'm living here. There may be a problem when I go if I have surgery," and they go, "Wait, well, how long you been there?" They'll do it. If you're in transit somewhere for a few months, a few weeks, cool. But if you're not, and all they got to do is check that, where you been. They find out. It's over. You're in luck for all that shit. It's very, very hard. It's very, very hard to have your cake and eat it too. I mean, there's guys over here that are pushing to be able to use your Medicare anyway. Yeah, true, it'll be less, but when that becomes corrupt, who knows? Logically, hell yeah, man, but then you're gonna get all kinds of freaking dregs of humanity over here. I told my wife after her sister was talking to my friend that's a couple years older than me. I said, if you see a guy that's between the ages of 20 and 50, probably his fucker's got issues upstairs. They might want to go a different way. So what's happening with the Simon there? I haven't seen him.
Simon says, I don't know.
Simon, yeah. Got some bird thing going on. Daughter's Maria's putting on videos all the time when her kids were young. Reminds you of, I could have bought a house up the street from where my second two kids and I, mother lived. And I thought, we took a walk past there with my wife now when we were across the street from different city. But every time I look at that house and I put in the windows, the roof, and all that, I said, man, I'd be sad, you know. It was a nice house, though, but oh, God. You get your wife home there, Craig? Is that news?
It's video in the background on the TV.
Oh, the voice kind of threw me. Where's your wife from? What city's your wife from?
San Isidro, Northern Leyte.
Oh, okay. By Michael up there somewhere, eh?
Yeah, it's about 70 k's north of Ormoc. I think Michael's south of Ormoc, but yeah, but 70 clicks. When I first went there, the last 25, 30 clicks were all dirt road through the mountains. So it was 70 clicks, but it took 2.5 hours to do the 70 clicks. It's a bit better now. It's all paved road all the way, but it was right up through the hills.
If you ever take a bus ride here, I learned it's non-aircon don't work. Hotter than fuck. It's raining and driving. You get one that's got Wi-Fi on board, all this stuff, you know, it's easier. They don't drive mental like mother guys. But yeah, you know, when I got on mine, I was sitting across from a lady who was probably about 26 or 28. She had like 5 kids. And I'm like, man, you know, I didn't think she knew English. You know, I go, man, she know how to say no. And these kids were sick, you know, so I felt bad about going. Saying that, she says to my wife, oh, you got to understand, I can't say no to them.
Yeah.
So, well, I felt bad about that, so I gave them a bunch of some cash to buy their kids some treats, you know. They were going to Davao, and I said, the kids, you know, I didn't know if they knew English. I said, you know, they call it choco, chocolate, here, choco. I said, you want some choco? Thumbs up, yeah. You know, she thanked us for it. I didn't mean to sound like that, but I'm on the Scotch sucker for over 22 hours.
It's a long time.
You know, we leave Butuan and we go to Surigao. We got a 6-hour fucking layover. I'm like, you know, it took 3 or 4 to get there. And I'm like, Jesus. They were sitting on the bus with no aircon.
Yeah, I only caught a bus there a few times. But most of the time, we just hire a van.
Well, you know, that would have been cooler even with no AC. But this kid reminded me of some kid when I was young, and we went hunting, and
I don't know what the fuck they doing on them buses, but them motherfuckers are super cold.
That's good AC, man.
They got the ones I was on didn't have air conditioning.
Ouch!
And we were on there 20. I think it cost $33 for the trip from Butuan to Naga. A couple of ferry rides. You know, we went past Tacloban about what 3 months before the disaster.
You should have just asked the driver to put you under the hood.
This motherfucker, yeah. Dude, they were taking in the rain. They were taking 20-kilometer turns, and they were doing fucking more than 40.
Damn.
I mean hairpin turns. So I have a problem sleeping in different strange places. I finally managed to fall asleep, and this little motherfucker, like from what was that movie? Lean on Me. Little fat bastard opens my fucking window. I get blasted with rain and fucking wind. And when I woke up, I go, what the fuck? The guys came and got this kid. I couldn't sleep after that.
That's fucked up.
Fucker. Yeah, you open it, fucking, whoa.
Where the ham sandwich?
Well, man, says kick up about 2, Simon, background, Simon, come on, or let us know, your country. Oh, man, this old. But a lot of times, you just gotta think before you go. What the fuck? You know what's bullshit and what's not. You've been around it. I don't want to be like those guys, like a look at the aquarium. All
right. Well, Michael McFarland is headed back to Manila.
Back to Manila. He took a side trip to get wasted?
Well, whenever he ain't wasted.
Well, the Davao. I never heard about whether he made that connection there or not.
Well, he wasn't driving. He got a driver.
But did he go to Davao? That's the question.
He went to the embassy, and then he said, well, since I'm in Manila, he took the 3-hour car ride up to see Will and Dice.
I hope he took an aircon bus down to Davao.
He got a car or a van.
He's going to Manila, but he don't know it.
Yeah, he won't know till he wakes up.
Dorothy, we still in Kansas?
Hey,
Late.
if he had been like 2 hours away, yeah, man, I'd oblige him, but I've never went down that way. And Davao is it's just a big spaghetti fucking.
Look at that. That's some Titanic knees. Is that Cedric? Yeah, it is. Cedric and Anthony. No, I'm looking at a barbecue. I guess they got their own seasoning, some bullshit, MVP.
Well, we all looking at the big stuff. Get together here, but you ever get out?
They got seasoning, salt, and everything.
I was looking at trips.
Celery, salt.
Everything that goes to Australia, you go to like Singapore. I've never been there. That's always curious. Sydney, I always remember that house, New Year's Eve, when they fire out the fireworks. I think Vincent's from, where's Vincent from, Ronald? Brisbane?
Queensland somewhere. I think.
Up there by north of Brisbane, maybe? Or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really care.
Well,
It's in La La Land.
yeah, if you ever come here, look me up.
Yeah, I got a friend who's just shifted to Thailand. He went about 3 weeks ago. He stopped driving taxis and he's going to live in Thailand.
Your friend?
Wow.
Yeah.
Does he have a pension going on or not?
He's pretty well set up. He's only driving cabs for the last 3 or 4 years after they closed the Hazelwood power station. After they shut it down, he worked at the power station for the last 20 odd years. So good income, great superannuation, and yeah, got a nice house, a couple of cars. He's just leaving it here and he's going there, and then yeah.
I've never been. The first time the trip is pretty cool no matter what goes on. I've never.
Yeah, he used to go there twice a year. Now he's just had enough. He's going there to live the rest of his life there, I reckon. So
If I would have ever known, after watching all the bloggers I've watched, because Thailand used to have a problem with pervert, bigger than that. And then shit was out of control, so they started clamping down. But as a person thinking about Asia back, Philippines back when I was 50, I would have went. If I never met my wife, I would have went to Thailand instead of here. But back then, I was more of a partier than I am now. It's kind of like now, you like to dip your feet in the fucking water once in a while, a little bit. But,
Good thing, because you'd probably be in a Thai prison right about now.
well, they did a documentary. They had this British dude that was a teacher. This guy was like, they followed him all over. This fucker was such an asshole. And even the Thai people were losing patience with him, you know. And then one of the others, they had like 3 stories going on. And one girl was like 15 or whatever. And yeah, the butterflies, the guys don't stay around long. And all of a sudden she was off the radar. But she must have met whoever. But this dude was, you know, he was living there in a few years too. He's the kind of fucking guy that any one of us, if we just met this dude, we'd get the fuck away from him. He acted like a 16-year-old when on his first drunk. But anyway, I would have liked it there. It just seems, but never been there. But it just seemed that more festive. You know, if you want it, it's there. If not, that's cool. There's that guy that died. I think he was in Aussie. He sounded like he was from Australia, England. I forget his name. The guy that 20 seconds. What is that called? 20 seconds, Thailand? Thailand Rob.
Don't know.
Yeah, the dude was, he was cool as shit. He got cancer. You know, and Thailand Rob, all of a sudden, you know, it's like the new kid in town. You wear out the welcome with that shit. He should just came back. He stayed there. He said he was leaving there. But, you got to come back, make some money, because trust me, none of these fucking people here are going to miss you. Because those women, they're looking for somebody with solid, background, And, he kind of wore that out. I don't know if he ever left. I only occasionally watched him, but the British dude, Just, what was British guy? I was told, it sure sounded like he's from Australia. But he, what's his name? Kevin, big Kev, something Kevin. Cool guy, man. Best to have a good time, drink beer, eat steaks, and get their beef from Australia there. But,
yeah, I think Richard's going there because it's legalized dope now. I think he's just going to sit in for tire and.
It is in Thailand's legal.
Yeah. Yeah, you reckon every corner shop everywhere. So I think that's what he's going to do, and he's just going to party and do.
Here, they're definitely they'll put you away for that here.
Yeah. Thailand, they used to lock you up, but the last two years, I think it's all changed.
Well, it's because they're getting some serious fucking money in their pockets. Before it reaches whatever we call him Uncle Sam, tax guy. I don't know what they call him there.
Yeah. No, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? If they could and tax it, it'd be a great income.
I've never known a violent person smoke weed and be violent. It's like these world leaders.
Unless you pinch all their munchies, that's it.
Dude, when they have that G7, they have that G7 summit. All they gotta do is pump some fucking weed through the ductwork there and get people, because nobody on weed fight. If you fight and you're on weed, you smoke weed, something's fucking wrong with you, man. Get violent. I mean, mostly people can do that and they go, hey, man. I was like, oh, yeah, shit, yeah. It's okay.
Like that, your weed's probably laced with something.
Yeah. Angel. I had a brother-in-law like that, man. The dude, it was the first time in my life I've ever been literally scared by somebody. our families knew each other all our lives. He was a bit younger than me. I think he was about 5 years younger, something like that. But he one time I listened to the radio. My dad had this credenza, we called it. Well, that's what it was called back then. Had an 8-track player and a headphone jack. So I'm listening to this, and he taps me on the arm. Fucker, don't fuck with me. I'm listening to my shit. He goes, I killed somebody. No, what the what? Yeah, I beat the fuck out of somebody, and I killed him. I don't know if he's space cadet, but he was if you fucked with him, man, he wouldn't have been a badass, but you never fucked with him. You never, if you did, there was trouble. But he's telling me, and I'm like, all of a sudden I started fucking, I started taking this dude serious. This got scared the shit out of me because I'm relaxing, jamming, and he comes. Like, I need to know this. I don't even know anybody he knows. He was a cool guy. Well, I kind of felt, I'd always end up fucking like hanging up on him. But my second daughter, I used to tell her all the time, Uncle Kelly's a fucking space cadet, And toward the end, I went with his daughter. He died after his daughter's wedding, his second daughter. And she drove him nuts. But I'd get up in the morning and I'd do on YouTube a little bit or Facebook, check out some of the friends I knew. And he'd be there because sometimes I wouldn't do anything but listen, look. He'd say, Tony, you there? I never answered him. I kind of, because once you get started with him, he was a good shit, man, but he was just, I don't know, man. Maybe I didn't have a tolerance for nobody, people in that situation. He just,
sorry.
we're from two different worlds, it seemed like. But, he passed away at 47, 48. Him and his sister were adopted. I fixed his sister's plumbing a couple of times, and oh yeah, I moonlighted as a plumber.
I thought you were using metaphors. It's all right.
Yeah, well, I'd ease into it, I was working in the factory. Some guy, I was talking about my brother-in-law. He said, "Oh yeah, that the guy with the sister named Kim?" I said, "Yeah, that's a fucking asshole." And Randy he was, I don't even know, badass. And he says, "Yeah, sister's a fucking slut," So knowing these people are alive, not really hanging out all the time. And the opportunity presented itself, and I helped her out a couple of plumbing jobs, and she didn't want to. She was married. When she was married to the greatest guy she could ever get, but she didn't give a shit. Just didn't care. Her mother gave her up for adoption, kept everything before and after, except her. And I'm like, I'm trying to talk sense into her. And she went and told my wife now. She's mad at me because we, this and that. And she asked, I said, "Yeah, this dude at work in the factory there, Randy. Oh, yeah, I know him." She goes, "Yeah, so what did he say about me?" I said, "Now I'm up front." I go, "He said you were a slut." Yeah, what am I gonna say, man? The view he gave me of it, and I could kind of see that, but I I was probably the straightest and sanest person she's ever met. But so I didn't talk to her anymore because she never answered any of my calls, or hey, let's take the kids out. I didn't ask her for nothing else. Let's take your kids out, whatever. And she comes into my brother-in-law's funeral. We're downstairs, and she slaps me in the back of the head real hard. And my cousin's wife's like, "Oh wow, why did a girl do that?" I didn't talk to her. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything against her. I just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't call her names like the dude did, but she, she wait. I don't know what's going on with her. She got assaulted by a dude. I hear about it. I've told her. Fuck, I care. But she had a kid. She had a son with one of the guys, and this kid, his dad bought him a lighter. So this guy's lighting shit with the lighter because he don't smoke. He's like fucking 12, 13. And I said, hey, I said, cool that your father gave you that, but I told his friend, I said, don't be hanging out with nobody lighting shit on fire because you're going to get blamed right along with it. I cared more about the situation than she did, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was decent looking. All that good shit. That was like, how long ago was that? I can't even fucking think, man. I think it was 2010. Oh, what year did you done? 2000. I told my cousin Karen I saw that thing. I had my target age to come here was 57. So I thought 53, something like that.
Okay.
But he knew how to make some Italian food. But I don't know. The dude just, it was hard to pinpoint the issues with him because he was adopted. So one of his birth parents was healthy. Hey, my sister could be going, yeah, I'm working. He ain't working no more. She'd say, I told you when they gave you money for 1 6-pack, and you go buy this shit. Yeah. And I say what they say. They say if they want to say, I got it pretty good, better than you know. I always had my eye on the prize. I mean, you gotta have a plan today's teachers do. Who the fuck is that? Is that you?
Rammstein Do House. Yeah.
Who?
Rammstein, German heavy metal band.
Oh.
It's just on the TV. I'll turn it down a bit so you don't get copyrighted.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Go private here. You talk about everybody who wants them. Well, we only got one watching. Nobody's spouse.
Well, thank you, the one in the background.
Yeah, thank you all in the background. We're all on this avatar thing because I don't know what the fuck I did. My camera don't work.
Yeah,
But,
and I just joined the crowd, so yeah.
Yeah, well, we got a good crowd there.
Yes.
That would have drew any of us out of our. But thanks to everybody that did show up. All this really is a commune. The friends that be otherwise happily. What would you do, Rick? All right, see, wave goodbye. Craig, you get the wave.
Hang on, I'll work it out. Bye bye, everyone, and away from Tony as well. Thank you.